Hey, keep it going for your host, you guys. Make it loud. I feel like we could be mistaken for each other in a different setting. I'm gonna be honest. It's like two kinds of a Mormon skateboarder. I don't know. I don't know. No, I'm unlike Casey. I'm not gay. My parents thought I was, though, growing up. They certainly did. Apparently, it's pretty hard to convince your parents that you have a platonic poster of Zac Efron. Yeah, apparently game respects game is not a valid excuse either. In fairness, I did have a vest phase in the 2nd grade. Yeah, and then in the 3rd grade, I had a cravat phase. I think it's just easier for your parents to assume you're gay than a fucking loser. They're like, you'll have friends if you're gay. It's 2024. Let's just not be a theater kid, all right? Aww. No, they still don't believe me, though. Every time I go home for the holidays, they're like, oh, you meet any nice ladies lately? Or men, whatever. Floats your boat. I think they're going to peer pressure me into hooking up with a guy, to be honest. Afterwards, I'm going to be like a basketball player getting interviewed at a game. Like, Mom and Dad, I did this one for you. I know Dad was proud the way I held on to the ball and managed dudes coming at me from all angles and held on to my load through the entire quarter. No, I grew up in Boston, and like anything you do as a boy is gay in Boston. It's like, oh, you like fashion, that's gay. You read for pleasure, that's gay. You send your buddies pictures of your dick, well, that's just boys being boys. That's just those being guys, actually. That's Boston for you. People are always surprised when they find out I'm from Boston. They're like, oh, you don't have the accent. I'm like, I learned how to read, but they're always trying to get me to do the accent for them. They're like, oh, say the most common thing you'd hear a Bostonian say. I'm like, dude, no, I'm not gonna say the N-word. I'm not gonna do that, dude. That's not what I'm gonna do. I'm definitely not doing that. I'm definitely not doing that. I can tell you that much. I'm definitely not doing that. I did get in trouble for swearing a lot as a kid, though. I'd swear a lot, and my parents would be like, if you swear, you'll offend grandma. That was their big thing. Like, one time we got cut off in traffic. I was like, oh, Mom, look at her. She's a fucking idiot. My mom was like, no, Jack. What would grandma want you to say? I was like, oh, sorry. She's a freaking Oriental. Because that's what grandma would say, dude. I'm not saying it, but that's what she would, for sure. God forbid grandma hears me say fuck before she calls me the other F word. So, my friends, they're getting really into using gender-neutral language now. That's their big thing. Like they're saying Latinx instead of Latino or Latina. You guys know this, Latinx. Now, like the other day, my friend goes, hey, you see that Latinx bitch over there? I was like, what did you just say? Latinx? But he's like, yeah, man, she's got a fat ass. I was like, I think you're missing the point a little bit. Before I could even say anything, though, another friend just cut in and goes, nah, man, they have a fat ass. I was like, sounds good. You're really a beacon of social justice. You should start a podcast, honestly. Everyone needs to hear what you have to say. No, I love my friends. They're not very supportive. I got out of a bad relationship this past year, and ever since, I've had a really hard time seeing happy couples, which has been really tough for me since I live next to a farmer's market. I'm fighting for my life every Sunday from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. I don't know what it is about farm-to-table produce that makes you people so fucking horny, but I just look out my window every day to a sea of Lululemon and love. It's disgusting. No, after the break, I've tried to just focus on the things that bring me joy. Like, I'm a really big Harry Potter fan. Anyone else in the audience? Wow, that guy is really enthusiastic about being transphobic. Okay. No, J.K. Rowling, right? She said she couldn't imagine a world where a man could ever become a woman. Which was wild to me because she could imagine a magical world in which an ugly redhead gets to bang Emma Watson. Like, she's worried about the precedent trans athletes are setting for little girls. I'm more worried about the precedent she is setting for ugly gingers all across the globe. Like, screw you, Ron Weasley. You don't deserve her, dude. She should be mine. I've been Jack. Keep it going for your lovely host, everybody.